Hello everyone, this is me, Ilelemwanta Nomaren, and this is another episode of a verse breakdown. The verse that I'm going to be discussing today is Hebrews chapter 11 verse 1, which reads, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." What does this verse mean? Well, let's first look at that first phrase. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for. Hope is really important in the Christian faith. According to verses like Psalms chapter 131 verse 3, "Let Israel hope in the Lord from henceforth and forever." We are advised to hope in the Lord because God likes that, according to Psalms chapter 147 verse 11. And because it will bless us, according to Jeremiah chapter 17, verse 7. However, the reason why St. Paul put this hope into his verse explaining faith is because faith is the physical representation of hope. When you hope for something, it's just a thought, it's just an idea. You just want it to happen, but faith is acting on it. For example, in Genesis chapter 12, verses 1 to 4, God told Abraham, "I'm going to take you to somewhere great." Abraham hoped that that thing was great, that Canaan was great. However, he didn't just think about it, he just acted on it. He had faith that it was going to be great. He knew that it was going to be great. So that hope was transformed to faith, and that hope became physical. However, it isn't just about believing in God. That's the first step. It's a very important step, but it's only the first step. For example, in Numbers chapter 16, Korah believed in God, but what happened to him? In John chapter 13, Judas believed in God, but what happened to him? The reason why is because they did not take their faith to the next level. They did not do what God asked them to do. We have to obey God and do that through studying the Bible. "This book of the law shall not depart out of thy mouth, but thou shalt meditate therein day and night, that thou mayest observe to do according to all that is written therein. For then thou shalt make thy way prosperous, and then thou shalt have good success." Joshua chapter 1, verse 8. This will allow us to have knowledge of the Bible that we need to eventually meditate on. Psalms chapter 77, verses 11 and 12. And once the meditation is done, we start to get an understanding of, now I know the person that I'm worshiping. Now I can actually understand what he wants from me. Because God doesn't want some blind understanding of who he is. No, we have to know him. We have to believe in him. That's where love comes from. And the reason why the Bible does this so well is because of prophecies. There are prophecies in the Bible like Daniel chapter 12 verse 4 and Matthew chapter 24 that really show us, wow, the Bible said this thousands of years ago and now it's true. This book must be true. Its God must be true. And then they join the faith, or their faith is strengthened even more. So that's why reading the Bible is so important, because reading the Bible builds that faith that justifies people, seeing it is one God, which shall justify the circumcision by faith, and uncircumcision through faith. Romans chapter 3, verse 30. And it is that kind of faith that will truly get us life, according to Hebrews chapter 10, verse 38. And I think that is where I can stop in discussing the verse Hebrews chapter 11, verse 1, which once again reads, "Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen." Hope you enjoyed this video. Hope you subscribe and share it so that others can watch what you have just experienced. Thank you for listening.